Hello again. You're listening to the news at 1. Well, as you know, there have been protests over the weekend outside a former hotel in County Mayo, which had been due to house 50 male international protection applicants from today. The protest began on Friday at the former JJ Gannon's Hotel on Ballinrobe's main street after news of the plan emerged locally. In a briefing note provided to local political representatives, the Department of Integration says an average of 560 people every week have sought accommodation over the past 6 months. And the state is now housing more than 26,000. In addition, it's also providing accommodation to almost 75,000 Ukrainians who fled the war there since February of 2022. Well, our regional reporter Teresa Mannion is in Ballinrobe. She's been speaking to some of those who've been taking part in this protest.
John Nyland, you're a local man here in Ballinrobe. Why are you at this continuing protest?
Because of the idea of putting 50 men into a 12-bedroom hotel built beside a creche. I'm not very happy with the situation. It's not fair. It's not fair on the kids. It's not fair on the people of Ballinrobe. It's not fair on the businesses of Ballinrobe.
How long are you going to stay here?
As long as it takes. If it takes hours and hours and days, we'll wait around. I've been here since 6:30 yesterday evening. I haven't gone home. So I'm not going to back down. You know.
Do you have any sympathy for the people who are fleeing war-torn countries?
Yes, we do. And we have sympathy for families from Ukraine, war-torn country. But we don't know where these people are coming from. But we've been told they're not from Ukraine. That is what annoys us.
My name's Carla O'Connor. I'm a mother here living in Ballinrobe, a concerned mother. The reason why we're here today, and we have been for the last 3 days, is because we were told on Friday afternoon that there was going to be 50 males placed into this building. There's been no consultation with the local people. With us, it was just sprung straight upon us. There's no resources as it is for the people that we've already taken on in the town and for the people that live in the town.
I'm a law-abiding citizen. This is my first protest. I'm a native Ballinrobe, proud Ballinrobe woman, proud Mayo woman. And I don't want my town to go down the pan. We don't have any facilities. For example, if there's a crime in our town, we should contact Claremorris Guard Station, which is a 30-minute drive. We've no cinema, we've no swimming pool. Mayo General Hospital is 30 minutes away. And we just don't have the services for the people here. Never mind put another extra 50. What are the 50 guys going to do? Because there's no facilities for them.
Well, now, that's the voices of those taking part in the protest at Ballinrobe this morning. There are developments just in the last few minutes in relation to all of this. The Department of Integration has issued a statement. They say they do intend that up to 50 people in need of shelter will be accommodated at this former hotel. The statement also says, though, that while it was initially earmarked for adult males, there is now an acute shortage of accommodation for families and children, and it is now intended to place families in this property over the coming days. Let's talk to Frank Keane, who's chairperson of the Community Development Council in Ballinrobe in County Mayo. Very good afternoon to you, Frank Keane, and thank you for taking our call this lunchtime. Perhaps I can get your reaction, first of all, to that news which we're hearing from the Department of Integration, that the plan now, it seems, will be that the hotel will accommodate families.
Yes, Brian. I suppose it's great to see that the nice bit of news like that. They said they were issuing a statement later on it. Our take on this is that we should have been given a lot more information and transparency rather than one working day for the community to prepare. As you heard from those people there, they were worried about services and about everything else for these desperate people in need. We need funding for the extra services to prepare for these people and all that. And it's very sad that because of policy and procedure that Ballinrobe should be, I suppose, made a scapegoat and not, seen as just a place to put people and not to have service in place.
OK, I'll come back to that in a moment. But I'll come back to that in a moment. But the fact now that it seems that it is families and children that will be accommodated in the former hotel. Now, would your expectation be that as a result of that this protest would be stood down?
Well, I was there a few minutes ago to deliver that news to the people. It wasn't from the department now, but I had been speaking to a director of that company who said that as well. So they're at this moment in time, they're disassembling, and they're happy that the families are not going to sleep in tents, and that they will be accommodated there. And everybody seems to be very happy with that.
All right. And have there been any assurances? Because families need services as well, whether we're talking here about single men or women with young children, they all need services. Yes, of course. And this is where the government, like this town of Ballinrobe, it's a small rural community. Very vibrant community. We have great access to schools and all that. When we're given a bit of notice of arrival of people into the community, we can prepare and we can get funding in place and we can get professional help for the many needs that these people have. And that's why we're the Community Development Council. We try and liaise on behalf of everyone. So are you saying that if there'd been that advance preparation, if there'd been discussions ahead of this, that there would have been no protests, whether it was men or women, children? Of course, number one thing in any situation is dialogue. And if people feel that they have been hoodwinked into something, when you get 1 working day's notice all weekend, we've had a very difficult weekend with queries and accusations that we knew all this was happening and we didn't tell anyone, and it has been very difficult for a lot of people. You plant doubt, and then what happens is people will come to this protest from outside. This is a Ballinrobe issue, really. So has that happened? Have there been outsiders? Well, you'll have people that will come in and say, "Oh, this is not true what they're telling you," and all that. We did mention this on Saturday that this might be the case, but of course that was all blown up in the air. So we had no official offices, public offices where we could get concrete information on the news that we were hearing. And in that vacuum, have there been outsiders active, perhaps trying to whip up people's fears, active on social media? Yeah, well, you will. I see even at the moment that they're stopping the protests now, they said. But I hear one chap there that I absolutely don't recognise, and he's questioning everything, and they're trying to keep it going. And this is where the problem, it turns. It can turn nasty when you see something like that happening. So this is somebody who's there actually on outside the hotel. They're nothing to do with Ballinrobe or anything like that, and they're it gives them the opportunity to do that when people are in turmoil, and that happens when there's no dialogue and when there's lack of transparency. These things happen. What's your message, Frank, to people who would come in from the outside to take part in this? Well, the message is that the people that have the people we have met with them a while ago that are running this protest, they are happy that this is happening now, that the families coming in, and they're delighted that that the families won't be sleeping in tents tonight, and they're calling a halt to the protest. So I would urge anyone that's thinking of keeping it going, that's unnecessary, and that everything is in hand. Frank Keane, Chair of the Community Development Council in Ballinrobe.